Hello world, it's Lee Kelson coming to you from the rainy Sunshine Coast. We're sheltered under here from the rain at the moment. And I'm here with Managing Director of NTAG, Kris Carver. How are you, Kris?
I'm really well. Yourself?
I'm well, mate.
That's good.
I thought we were going to have some beautiful sunshine today.
Well, we need the rain to keep it nice and green and lush.
We do. So Kris, NTAG, can you tell us about NTAG?
Yeah, so NTAG's a company built on the Sunshine Coast, and we've been around for about 6 years now. And one of the things that we're really wanting to do is help customers with their digital transformation journey and really help them take the grasp of new technologies and be able to implement them into their business and really make a significant difference for them.
Right. And so you just mentioned to me off camera that you started life sort of as a major Telstra partner.
Yes.
Can you tell us a little bit about that journey, how you've sort of moved beyond that now?
Yeah, so I think as a business, we started kind of as a legacy Telstra partner delivering key core services. So, just your normal internet and telephony and mobile services. But over the last couple of years, we've really looked at how we can explore further with customers and really take them on kind of those cloud first strategies and give them access to world-class technologies here from the Sunshine Coast that other, Fortune 500 companies are using, and great products and services out there that they can take advantage of right now and really change their business and make some really big gains and allow them to compete and be really relevant in the market today.
So I founded a cloud computing company, PRM Cloud Solutions, some time ago, back in the early 2000s, and everyone was saying people were never going to move their data to the cloud. Have you seen that change?
I think, you did it. You were an innovator and a really scary, probably cutting edge thinker back then.
Some people said I was mad, but
yeah, and probably a lot of people did think that. But I think you look at the change, you look at change in policy from government, you look at even where major cloud players are placing their data now and making sure that it is in Australia, so it meets all the specifications from the government and all that type of thing. The options are far greater now, and the security of those places are far better than holding it on-prem. But also the access to those, so the access is improved dramatically from what we had back in the early 2000s when you would have been running on quite slow links. The speed of links has been rapidly increasing over the last few years to give access to that.
I think one of the advantages that comes with the cloud is the ability to easily integrate other applications and bring applications together, and obviously using APIs. Do you work? What sort of applications do you work with to do integrations?
Yeah, that's mainly what our business is. So we look at bringing in world-class applications. So things like your DocuSign, your Box, your GoCanvas, your Office 365s, your Microsoft 365s, and bringing those to really work together with other key systems that a customer may have. So they might have a key CRM, or they might have a key database or something like that, and making sure that those all link together, and so that the people on the road can be using a world-class application to easily input that information, but then seamlessly drop that information into a finance system or wherever, an ordering system or wherever it needs to go. So that has allowed a lot of people to also consume that on a different way. So instead of having to go out and buy a big lot of software because you don't know where you're going to head and what that could be in 2 years, you're able to gradually move with that, and you're able to take it as you need it. And that as a service model has really changed how we consume data and how we use it.
So I lived on the Sunshine Coast nearly 20 years ago now, and I've sort of obviously moved away, but kept a keen eye on what's happening here, and I see it very, very rapidly turning into a pretty significant technology hub, and there's lots of activity around early stage companies, but particularly with the infrastructure, the recent announcement of the submarine cable. For people that don't understand what that impact is or what that means, can you sort of talk us through that?
Yeah, well, I've had the absolute pleasure of living on the Sunshine Coast for 32 years now, and I've seen it move from one set of traffic lights on Nicklin Way to everything that we have today. And there are some awesome, there's not a better time to be on the Sunshine Coast. We've got International Airport coming in, we've got a health precinct that's absolutely booming, but then to add to that is really around that technology space. So we've got the state government, the local government that are really encouraging that investment, and so you're getting a really great ecosystem of that startup type business that's in there, and then they're also investing, putting their money where their mouth is, and saying, hey, we will open up opportunities to the rest of the world. And that means, things like the submarine cable that have opened, that they've now got the landing approved for, and all that sort of thing. Yeah. And how we link that into the rest of the world is going to be another game changer for the Sunshine Coast. And what we're at NTAG really about is about how we can take it from, there's a startup community, but then we're kind of hoping to be at that next layer where we're in that, plus 20, plus 30 employee realm, where we're able to give people a career into the ICT space and really help develop the younger talent on the Sunshine Coast. And we've been able to bring on a number of young people in our organisation, and really from a diversity point of view, look at that as well. And we're really proud of what we've been able to achieve in that space.
So just on that, how many people do you employ here now?
So we've got 22 of us right now, of which 50% are female, and they provide it's been the best change to our business that we have done. We've really sought to do that over the last 18 months, and that change has been incredible for our business. And if you look at, we've actually gone strength to strength, bringing on young people that are full of energy, willing to learn, but also give us a really great diversity of thinking. And yeah, we're very, very proud of our team. We just won a national partner award with Telstra last week, all around customer excellence and delivery, and it's because of them. They're brilliant.
Right, that's fantastic. And so I just want to touch on that. I mean, we hear a lot of talk about startups and early stage companies, but really these small to medium businesses and some of the larger enterprises, sort of 20 to 30 size businesses, I mean, they need to be innovating, they need to be embracing these technologies to build efficiencies and productivity into their business models as well. Would you agree with that?
100%. We deal with those customers every single day, working with them, and that space is really important, because over the next few years, if they don't change, there's a really big impact to that if they don't change. They have a real chance of not being around because of the disruption that's happening in every single industry that we look at. And that's everything from agriculture to tourism to wherever you are. You really need to look at and go, how can I take advantage of this and actually build that? And the great thing is you can do it from the Sunshine Coast, you can do it from Mount Isa, but you can definitely do it from the Sunshine Coast.
Yeah. And the Sunshine Coast is normally sunshine, right? This is an anomaly, right, isn't it?
Well, I mean, I live here and I've had the opportunity to travel. I love traveling, but I always come back here because it's the best place on the planet.
And so just with the international airport, and I mean, I used to travel out of the Sunshine Coast as well. So there's good connections into the major capital cities, and it's pretty easy to get around from get out of here. But when's the international airport going to take place? How long is that? Far away is that?
Yeah, so it's not far away at all. In fact, we look after the Sunshine Coast Airport end to end. We provide all of their ICT expertise and do all of their managed services for them, and they've been a great customer. And as they look to expand, we're there every step of the way with them, and we're not too far away. We're talking 2020 for the kind of the runway to be ready, the expansion of the terminal. We're only a couple of years away, and spent some time with the CEO Peter Pallett last week, and really looking at how they expand flights and what do they need to be able to get flights to go north, say to Cairns or to Mackay or Townsville and that sort of thing as well. Because I think the more that we're able to do there, we just become more achievable to get to. More people can come here easily.
Yeah. And so if people want to get in contact with NTAG, where's the best place to find you? What's your website?
Sure. So our website actually relaunching today and rebadging over the next day or two, actually. So it's just www.entag.com, and you can find us on there. You can ring us anytime on 13000 NTAG.
Excellent. Kris, it's been a pleasure talking with you. All the best, and stay watching, because we'll be coming to you over the next couple of days with more interviews from successful entrepreneurs and business not only startups but obviously more established businesses like NTAG. It's Lee Kelson, and we'll be back with more. Thanks, mate.
Awesome.
Cheers.
Thank you.
Thank you.